Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, April 11th, and I am going to get started trading here. I'm going to take the trade called out within my charting service. I was going to take another trade, but I didn't get back in time. As a matter of fact, I just got back, so I didn't have time to take that trade. But that trade didn't really work very good anyway. Take a better look at it, but it didn't work very good. It was only a possibility anyway. And it looks like oil may go down today instead of up, but we'll see. The code is going to tell me which direction it's going to go. And the reason why it's going to tell me is because a computer is controlling the movement. There is no trading occurring. In fact, there is no trading occurring in any instrument in the world except for stocks. All of the markets are being controlled in advance by a computer program. And I am going to take a trade here shortly. I'm just waiting for it to develop. I'm waiting for the computer to tell me which way it's going to go. It may continue to go down, or it may bounce and go all the way back up again. And what's so wonderful about the codes is the computer will tell me. It will let me know through a programming flaw that the programmers put into the program. When they programmed it, they made a substantial flaw in that program. And I was able to break that flaw and take advantage of it and teach people how to do it. By the way, I have a very strong reason to believe that the computer that's controlling all of the markets, at least the oil market, the other markets I haven't really analyzed, but the oil market definitely appears to be, the computer definitely appears to be in the United States somewhere. There's a reason for that. There's a specific reason for that. And I'm not 100% certain about that, but I do believe that that's true. And I suspect that the computer that's controlling all of the markets worldwide is probably located within the United States as well. I recently got a question about who I think is controlling it. You know, the Federal Reserve, the Pentagon, or whatever. I really don't know. Any answer that I would give would just be pure speculation. I mean, it could be the military. It could be the Pentagon. It could be the Federal Reserve. It could be somebody we don't even know. But whoever it is, I do believe that the computers are located within the United States, and there's a very specific reason for that. I have very good reason to believe that. And anyway, I am still waiting for this thing to develop. As soon as it does and gives away its tell, I will take the position and come back. So just to expand upon this and talk about this a little bit, you know, if the FBI weren't criminals that they are, then they would arrest the people who have put this under the control of a computer. And believe me, the FBI knows that it's being controlled by a computer. 100% guaranteed they know this. And so they are criminals by default. And it goes all the way straight to the top. So, and everywhere in the middle and in between, they are all 100% criminals by their very natures. Anyway, I will be back to take a position and show the incredible, amazing accuracy of using the codes in your trading. There is no trading system anywhere in the world that could even come remotely close to the codes. It would be a mathematical impossibility. Anyway, I will come back and show the amazing, incredible accuracy of the codes. By the way, just to let all of you know, I am going to be going on to camera soon, and I am going to talk about many of the things that I know and what happened to me in the United States being gang stalked for over 3 years. I'm going to talk about everything that they did to me and talk about the FBI and how they wouldn't help me and hung up the phone on me multiple times, and everything that's really going on. I'm going to start talking about it. I'm going to go on the camera, and I am going to do my part in waking up the world, waking up people to what's really going on. Okay, the computer has given away its tell. I've got a long position here. Be right back. Set the stop. Okay, I've got the stop set for 69 down here, and the exit set for 40 ticks. I might back that off to 30, but I don't think so. It should be able to make it up 40 ticks. Anyway, the computer has given away its tell. This is what I'm doing, is tracking the code 2 every day, every week in the charting service. And piece of cake. I'll come back. By the way, let's just say it were to go down and hit the stop. That would mean mathematically that it's going to be short. And I just simply take a short position and I would be able to get it right. All due to the mathematics of the trade. The only way that it would be wrong is if I were tracking it wrong, which is highly unlikely. A possibility, but highly unlikely though. Actually, after looking at it, it is a little more likely than I anticipated, because there's another code there that I called, and that one is actually working good. That one may be it, and this one might not be it. But I'm not sure what the math on that is, but I'm probably right here. But if not, it would be no problem. I would go short. I'd be able to hit the trade. That's one thing nice about the code. It tells you exactly where to place stop. Stop gets hit. You know you're going the wrong way. You're going to go the other way. And it really makes trading, much easier than normal trading. Normal trading is pretty hard. It really is. Like when I first started trading oil, I didn't even know that it was controlled by the code. I had thought only the Forex was. I had no idea that oil was. I was trading it for at least a month before I realized that the code was controlling it. And then once I learned that, I was just, flabbergasted, and trading became super easy. And in some ways, I didn't like it, because before that, it was such an incredible challenge to do it and make money. And when you do it and you're successful, it just makes you feel so good, like you're on top of the world. You're the king trader. But when you do it and you do it like this, it's sort of like cheating, because you know what it's going to do before it even does it. So it's not really so much of a challenge once you get it down. But it's good for making money though. If you want to make money at trading, there is no better way than to use the codes, and there's no better way than to use the code 2 with the oil futures market, because it has a beautiful code 2 to it. The Forex also has code 2s, but there's not as many in the Forex. Of course, you could trade multiple different currency pairs and all use the code 2 on each one. So you do have a lot of options there. I think that if you were to trade the Forex though, I would trade under the futures instead. One time I was talking to this professor, and he tells me, I told him, I said, all of the markets are all being controlled by a computer program. They don't really trade. And he said, do you have any idea what the implications of that would be? I started laughing. I said, yeah. The question is, do you know what the implications of that are? And, the skepticism is just off the charts, Anyway, I run into that a lot, and it's funny. It's kind of funny because, people they don't believe many of the truths and believe all the lies, which is an irony, It's just so bizarre. Anyway, I will come back and show you the progression and of course the outcome of this trade, but this trade should be in the bag, and should be able to hit 40 ticks or at least 30 ticks off of this. Been pretty tight lately. Might just go for 30. It just depends. I do have another trade that will come, and we'll see what it says too. By the way, just to point something out to you. Now imagine we go back in time here, okay? And oil went down like this, okay? And then it went down again and broke that low. To a chart trader, that's a break right there, and they would want to go short. And let's say you didn't go short for whatever reason. Then it came down and broke below a third time. Okay, under normal trading circumstances, that means that the bid right there got broken below. The bid right there got broken below. And now, there's only so many people going to throw up a bid so quickly like that, that the shorters would come out and start taking over, and there'd be more shorters than bidders, and or more sellers than bidders. People hitting to the bid, people coming on the ass trying to get short, and people that are selling out, saying, okay, I give up my long position here, I'm just going to sell out. So the combination of all those things would create a more selling than buying, and it would just go down. It would make a sharp move down. Okay, that's real trading. That's how real trading works. It doesn't always work 100% of the time, but it does work most of the time. My point here is that they programmed this on purpose to make people lose their money. This is what they do. I mean, you think about it. You can't imagine the implications of what this means. It means everything out there that you are hearing is absolute 100% total BS. Like there was no tomorrow BS. A corrupt system beyond measure. And I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. The FBI knows, the CIA knows, the Congress and Senate knows. They all know. The Secret Service knows. You think the Secret Service is protecting the money system of the United States? They're not. This is the money system right here. It's the money system to the whole entire world. And it's all being controlled by a computer program. It doesn't really trade. So what they are doing to countries that are relying on oil, for instance, what they're doing to people who have to pay high prices for gasoline. They're causing all the inflation. They're causing gold to move up and down. They're causing everything to happen. They're criminals, 100% criminals. And when somebody like me comes out and blows the whistle about what's going on because I make this discovery, this scientific discovery, they want to shut me up. They want to gang stalk me. They want to tell me that I have to stop teaching this information to the public. And the Forex, the Forex is the only market in the world, that I know of anyway, that isn't regulated, has no regulations. There's no oversight to it. There's no oversight to it whatsoever. Imagine that. And the Forex is what controls everybody's money all the way around the world. Is there anything more important than everybody's money all the way around the world? Nothing that I know of. So, and there's no regulation to it whatsoever. It's just absolutely crazy. So anyway, just to reiterate, I will be going on camera soon. I'm going to talk about all the things that happened to me, but being gang stalked and everything. And for most of you, cannot begin to imagine. If you are a whistleblower in the United States of America, you will be tortured. And I'm going to talk about what they did to me. And they don't want me to talk about it. They told me that if I say anything, they're going to make it far worse for me. But I am not afraid of them in the slightest little bit. And they mess with the wrong person, is all I have to say. They messed with the wrong person on this planet. They think that they have ultimate power to do anything that they want to do. And I admit that they have a great deal of power. They're able to fool the whole world, put all the markets under the control of a computer, among many other things that I will go into detail about. But they do not have the power to shut me up. I can talk and speak the truth as much as I desire to do so, and there is nothing that they can or will do about it. If war breaks out, which I believe it's going to, oil should start moving quite well. When it does, I will definitely come in and start helping all of you to make a tremendous amount of money at the oil market. I haven't quite decided exactly how I'm going to do that. It will either be signals or a trading room, or possibly something else like a, well, most likely it's going to be one of those two things. I was thinking of something else too, but I was thinking of like a red light, green light. You probably heard of that before in the stock market. The only problem with that is getting your entries right would be a little bit on the difficult side. Actually, now that I look at it again a little closer, the code that I did call earlier did work. It worked perfectly, in fact. And the only thing is, though, I thought that that code would say to go long, and it didn't. It said to go short. So, but the code itself was good. This code is also more likely than not going to be good here. The math on it is pretty good at this point. It's done a breakout already. The only thing is there is another code coming here. It's starting to develop now, and it's gonna either say go long or go short. Now, most likely it's going to say go long, and the reason why I can tell that is because the previous code hasn't moved enough, so it's going to have to move more in the same direction, going long. And if the other code were to say go short, then it wouldn't have moved enough. So that is highly unlikely. So most likely this other code is also going to say go long, and it's just going to move up. Should be able to hit, I'll calculate the 40 ticks here in a little bit. I might just go for 30. It has been really tight. I like to keep the math really high until it opens up. I've seen oil do this before. I think it did it like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. I can't quite remember. And it got really tight during this time period, like April, which is usually the best time for it to trade. But it did pick up really good in the summer, which it usually dies down a little bit in the summer. So it does the opposite sometimes, and it's probably going to pick up in the summer, and especially if we start to go into war, which I do believe is going to happen. So oil should definitely pick up once that happens. This will become a really good trade again. Oil will move up and down really good, have a lot of volatility, and be very good for trading and using the codes. That's why I like oil, because it's a worldwide commodity. The whole entire world uses oil and relies upon it, and it just never goes out of the news. It never goes out of people's eyes. It's like the number one commodity of the world, and there's really nothing like it. Now, gold is really good if it heats up, but gold's got to really heat up to be good. But when it ran up to $2,000 an ounce, it was a fantastic trade. I have a video course on it. I traded it, showed the code, how it works on it, and everything like that. And it's a very good trade. But still, if gold is moving, oil is probably also moving, and oil is better in my opinion because you have the code 2 to use for it, and you have multiple code 2s. So you can definitely make more money at the oil market than you can anything else. Anyway, I'll come back. Okay, it's dropping down here. It might be rolling over into for the last trade of the day. It's a possibility. I still don't have any kind of a confirmation on that yet, though. I would have to wait for it to confirm before I would take another position or go the opposite direction. The code is still saying go high, go up, as far as I can tell, I mean, it's just saying that, period. So I'm still long. But let's assume that it does go up. Look how much it's messing with everybody. It keeps looking like it's going to go down, keeps looking like it's going to go down, and then it goes back up and goes all the way back up. To fake out and fool as many people as possible to get them to go the wrong way, take the wrong position, and lose their money. It's very good at that. The programmers did a very good job at faking people out, that's for sure. And look at it now. Really looks like it's going to go down. And I still don't have a confirmation. It might go down. The computer will tell me what it's going to do. If it's going to keep going down, the computer will let me know. If it's going to go back up, it's also going to let me know. So far, I still have a strong, good code 2 in place. It says it's going to go long, and it's highly unlikely that it's going to go down because it hasn't gone far enough up. And so it has to go up further. So this, most likely we're going to get 2 trades back to back saying go long. Yeah, so just to reiterate here, I called out, let's see, 1, 2, 4 codes. 2 of them have worked perfectly. The other 2 are still in play right now. And I almost have mathematical confirmation on the last code that will be long. I don't have it yet, almost. But I'm pretty sure that it will go long here, and then it will, I'll have two codes, 2 code 2s saying go long. So the trade will be in the bag at that point. Now then it's just a matter of how much can I get. I think I'm just going to tend it up to here to 53.12 for 30 ticks, and keep it at that. Actually, that is 20 ticks. Where is the exit at? Exit's up at 22 for 40 ticks. Yeah, oh, I'm at 82. Okay, yeah. So I'll just take it up to 12 and go for 30 ticks, I think, because the market has been tight. It's been very, very, very tight. And when you track the code 2 like I'm doing, you can see how tight it is, and as it opens up, you can see as it opens up, and as it opens up, you can go for more ticks. And if it's really tight, then you see it's really tight, and you go for less ticks, and you actually know how many ticks basically to go for. That's why I'm going to go for 30 here. Now it may make 40, but 30 will keep the math pretty high. So I'd rather just go for the 30. Anyway, I still do not have confirmation of a long entry off the last code that I called. As soon as I do, I will come back. Just wanted to show really quick that I have adjusted it for 30 ticks up to 53.12, and stop is still in the same place as it was. And market's pretty tight. It's going pretty slow. It's pretty choppy, as you can see on the 10-minute. I think that this is the calm before the storm. It's going to start heating up, just like when the USA fired Tomahawk missiles into Syria. It shot up over 100 ticks in a very short period of time. When that starts happening on more of a continuous basis, because we're at war, it should move quite a bit. So we should be able to take really good advantage of the oil market at that time and do really super well using the codes. It used to be routine, of course, that I could just hit 100 tick trades over and over and over again, even 2 of them in a day. Make 200 ticks, but 100 ticks would just be what I would go for and hit it and then take it. And then I backed off to 80 because it started to tighten up, and now I'm backed off to 30 and 40 because it's pretty tight here. But I think by June it will open up and really start to move. We're probably going to have a good summer and a good rest of the year, I think, because that's what happened the other time that this happened. The rest of the year was really good. It just went dead for a little while, a couple months, and then after that it was fantastic. So hopefully that is going to happen again. And so I think this is just the calm before the storm, before it starts to kick in here. Okay, I do now have mathematical confirmation using a breakout technique that this is going to go up. I have two code 2 trades, two code 2 codes saying that it is going to go up. So we are good to go mathematically here. And the other two trades that I called, both of them also worked perfectly. I don't know exactly what they worked for. Let's see. They didn't work for a whole lot, about 40 ticks or so. Yeah, about 40 ticks. So they didn't work for a whole lot, but the market is tight. That's 100% expected. So I'm just going to go for 30 ticks on this one right here. So should be able to hit the 30 ticks though. Anyway, I will come back, show you the progression, or at least the outcome of this trade. Okay, it's getting closer to the stop here. I mean to the exit. It's 11 ticks away right now, and should be able to make it, no problem. The mathematics says that it will make it. Anyway, I'll come back. So once this makes it though, that will be 4 different codes that I called in advance within my charting service. All 4 work, assuming this one works. That would mean that all 4 codes have worked. There is nothing like the codes. There is nothing like the charting service. It is like the secret behind the whole entire market. And it's the most amazing discovery with respect to the financial system that's ever been discovered. It's better than all of the indicators that have ever been discovered or invented. It's better than everything and anything out there with respect to the financial system. It is the ultimate trading system based upon the fact that a computer is controlling all of the markets and nothing is really trading. It's all an illusion. All these bids right here, all these asks right here, total illusion. Anyway, I will come back. Okay, it has just hit the exit for 20 ticks. Oh, I could have gotten 40 ticks. Whoa, look at it take off. Could have got 40 out of that one. But the good thing that I like to see is I like to see this thing open up like this. This is good. Very good. I'd like to see it open up even more and keep going even higher. That would be fantastic. Oil is gonna start moving again. I've been trading this thing since 2000 and I think I started trading in 2008. Yeah, 2008. So I've been trading it 9 years. And it's going to open up again. And in fact, if we go into war, it's going to really open up and it's going to become a fantastic trade again. And you know, it's not my fault that they put the market under control of a computer. It's not my fault that I made that discovery. It's certainly not my fault that I teach people this and help them to learn this discovery that I made. And so what I would like the world to know is that everything I'm saying is true. I'm not lying about anything I'm saying. I'm not doing any kind of editing or hocus pocus of any kind. This is 100% legit. And I'm going to be going on the camera soon. I'm also going to be showing how I can use the codes for other markets on a white screen with me being filmed. And I'm going to show that I can go from market to market and even trade multiple markets at one time. There's going to be a prelude to me doing seminars in Hong Kong, Bangkok, and Singapore, where I'm going to have, hundreds of people, that may be more, to come to the seminar, and right in front of their eyes, I'm going to show them that I can tell which direction the market will go before it goes there, just like I'm doing here. And but I'll do even more there. I'll put on a real show where I can really tell multiple different instruments and everything. And people are going to be flabbergasted. They're going to be so flabbergasted they're not going to believe it. But they're not going to have any choice but to believe it. They're going to see it right in front of their eyes. And it's all due to the fact that all of the markets are in fact being controlled by a computer program, and nothing is really trading. And I broke the code to that computer program. I broke the tells, the programmer's tells, the programmer's mistakes that they made in the programming. Anyway, I am going to get going. I'm all done for the day. What time is it out here? It's iPhone says it's 11:31. I am going to go. I'll be back tomorrow to do some more trading. Of course, I'll be back for the charting, and I'll predict the trades for Wednesday. I know exactly what they are now, so piece of cake on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Rest of the week should be able to nail it, no problem. And I hope all of you traders out there are doing well. I hope if you're not a code trader, I hope you're being inspired by the codes. And I would like to tell you straight, tell you the only way I know how to tell you. This is legit. Don't listen to anybody who says that it isn't, because they have an agenda so that you don't learn this secret, this truth. They don't want people to know. And in fact, these people go out of their way to scam people on purpose. And because their holy book tells them to scam people, they are commanded to scam people. And that's why they don't want people to know this truth, because they don't want people to make money from it. Crazy, isn't it? It's totally crazy, and it's crazy that there are people out there like that. But there are. I got a very rude awakening with that myself. Anyway, I am going to go into camera soon, very soon, and I'm going to explain all of this on camera. So anyway, I'm going to open up my life to all of you out there so you can see what it's like where I am. You'd be amazed what it's like. And most of you have no idea because you've never been where I am, and you just cannot imagine how nice it is. And just like I never could have imagined it. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope your traders are doing well. Hope you're being inspired. I will be, for those of you struggling, I'm thinking of ways to try and help you. The problem is I'm very, very busy. And so I'm going to be taking like the next step here and doing more things. And it's very difficult for me. But I am listening to you, and I do want to help you, and I will do something. Just hang in there. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, everyone. Happy trading out there.